कुछ नौजवान इंग्लिश चैनलों के अंदर के सरकार ने सहाबा ने मिलाद नहीं बनाया
है जी।
हाँ
ठीक है, इसका जवाब अर्ज करता हूँ। अर्ज ये है, किसी काम के फर्ज या वाजिब होने के बारे में ये अकीदा सही है कि उन्होंने क्यों नहीं किया। जायज होने के लिए करना तो शर्त नहीं। हम अगर उसको फर्ज या वाजिब कहें ना, फिर कह सकते हैं अगर फर्ज था तो वो फर्ज के तारक क्यों थे। अगर
इंग्लिश
नहीं पानी नहीं पीना अच्छा जी हूँ तुम भी अंग्रेजी बता रहे तो साल अंग्रेजी अगर सारी अंग्रेजी करी सटा जान छोड़ के
बहुत सारे नौजवान आए हुए
असल तकी किसी ने बात गल करनी खासी मुश्किल है। चलो मैं करना। It is not necessary for the companions of the Holy Prophet to celebrate something when it is not obligatory one. If it were obligatory or sacred or obligatory or emphatic sunnah, it would have been done by the companions of the Holy Prophet. Since it is lawful, it is advisable, it is recommendable. When something is permissible or recommendable or advisable, that is an optional thing. One can do and one can neglect. Since in those days the clothes for the Muslims were not enough to cover their body, and they had no houses, no residences, and no economy, no money, and nothing to live on. When the Muslims were going through such circumstances, it was not possible for them to do everything. But as far as permissibility is concerned, it can be established by the Holy Quran. Quran says, وَلَقَدْ أَرْسَلْنَا مُوسَى بِآيَاتِنَا أَنْ أَخْرِجْ قَوْمَكَ مِنَ الظُّلُمَاتِ إِلَى النُّورِ. We sent Hazrat Moses with the signs, which means that, O my holy prophet, take out your community from the darkness to the light. وَذَكِّرْهُمْ بِأَيَّامِ اللَّهِ. And make them remember the days of Allah. Here the days of Allah was commented on and was interpreted by the commentators of the Holy Quran in the exegetical commentary. Do you know exegetical commentary of the Holy Quran? This is the main difficulty. Exegetical commentary of the Holy Quran means the commentary on the Holy Quran which was legalized and which was properly framed and systematized in the light of principle which is called usul-e-tafsir. That is called exegetical commentary of the Holy Quran. Quran here says, وَذَكِّرْهُمْ بِأَيَّامِ اللَّهِ. Allah Rabbul Izzat ordered Musa ﷺ to make them remember the days of Allah. What the days of Allah means? The days of Allah are those days wherein some bounties of Allah were sent down by Allah to His blessed persons, to His holy persons. Or certain disobedient person was punished and chastised by Allah Rabbul Izzat. These both types of the days are days of Allah. The celebration of these days were mentioned here in Surah Ibrahim, verse number 5. وَلَقَدْ أَرْسَلْنَا مُوسَى بِآيَاتِنَا أَنْ أَخْرِجْ قَوْمَكَ مِنَ الظُّلُمَاتِ إِلَى النُّورِ أَخْرِجْ قَوْمَكَ مِنَ الظُّلُمَاتِ إِلَى النُّورِ إِنَّ فِي ذَلِكَ لَآيَةً لِكُلِّ صَبَّارٍ شَكُورٍ. हाँ? وَذَكِّرْهُمْ بِأَيَّامِ اللَّهِ إِنَّ فِي ذَلِكَ لَآيَةً لِكُلِّ صَبَّارٍ شَكُورٍ. So since I am not Hafiz of the Holy Quran, but as a subject, when I focus my attention, I can recite the total verses of the Holy Quran at the time of my necessity. This verse is not properly memorized by me, but I can easily recite it. وَلَقَدْ أَرْسَلْنَا مُوسَى بِآيَاتِنَا أَنْ أَخْرِجْ قَوْمَكَ مِنَ الظُّلُمَاتِ إِلَى النُّورِ وَذَكِّرْهُمْ بِأَيَّامِ اللَّهِ إِنَّ فِي ذَلِكَ لَآيَةً لِكُلِّ صَبَّارٍ شَكُورٍ. Here, Allah says there is a sign in it for every patient person and every thankful person. The word of sabr can be used at the time of calamity. It means that the celebration of the days of Allah was not an easy job. Therefore Allah says it requires the sabr, the patience, the power, the stability, the regularity for the celebration of the days of Allah. The days of Allah is not easy job to be celebrated, but one has to get the power, to celebrate the days of Allah. Here, the verse of this verse was interpreted by the commentator when Nabi Karim ﷺ migrated from Mecca to Medina Tayyibah, and he found the Jews observing the fast of 10th day of Muharram Sharif. Nabi Karim ﷺ asked them the background of that day. They told him that when Hazrat Musa ﷺ migrated from Egypt to Palestine, Pharaoh was drowned in the water, and Musa ﷺ and his company were saved. So both type of bounties of Allah were observed there. One, the disobedient person was chastised, was punished by Allah, were penalized, and Moses and his companion and his obedient persons were promoted and were graded by Allah Rabbul Izzat. Their dignity was improved by means of obedience of Moses. May grace and peace of Allah be upon him. This day was a prominent day, and therefore to pay the thank to Allah, Musa observed the fast. And we are observing the fast from that day up to now, because the bounties of Allah were revealed to us. Manna and quails were sent down by Allah to us, and Pharaoh along with his company, along with his army was down in the Red Sea. So both type of bounties of Allah were seen there. Therefore we are abiding by the observation of the fast of this day. So under the light of this verse, we can check whether that day was more important or the day of the birth of Muhammad Mustafa is more important. According to this verse, we are worthier with the stronger reasons to celebrate the day of Muhammad Mustafa. Then Nabi Karim said, "O Jews, we are very near to Musa and we are more deserving person to observe the fast in connection with the bounties of Moses, may grace and peace of Allah be upon him." Then Nabi Karim began to observe the fast of 10th of Muharram. Here one can say that there is another tradition which says that the Jews and Christians should be opposed by the Muslims, and they should not be followed by the Muslims. Here the Muhaddisi, the traditionalists, are of the opinion that every matter is not opposed, but any matter which is speciality of Jews or Christians and it was not approved by Islam, that matter should be opposed, but not in all of the matters. For instance, they believe that Allah is one. For instance, the Christians which are Unitarian, they believe in one God. So shall we oppose the Christians? No, not. And except those people who are believing in Uzair as a God, they are believing in the individuality of God. So they are believing in one God. So shall we oppose? No. We shall oppose Jews and Christians in the matters which are their speciality. But here Abdullah ibn Abbas was also criticized this practice. He said, "Oh my holy Prophet, you have told us that we should oppose the ideas of Christian and Jews, but here you are trying to be compatible with them." Nabi Karim said, "If I am alive for the next year, I shall attach another fast. We shall make 10 or 11 or 9 and 10. We shall oppose, but we shall add one just to oppose them. But the original matter would not be opposed by us. We shall not criticize." It means that bounties of Allah have to be celebrated by Islam according to the instructions of Muhammad Mustafa. And this is also wrong that the companions of the Holy Prophet did not celebrate the birthday of Muhammad Mustafa. Ad-Durrul Munazzam fi Mawlid al-Nabi al-Azam, written by Haji Imdadullah Sahib Muhajir Makki, he mentioned 140 companions of the Holy Prophet who celebrated the birthday of Muhammad Mustafa. That book is with me. Anybody can come and see. I have got the book. And near about more than 100 companions and mujaddid revivalists of the Islamic era, they wrote the book on the birthday of Muhammad Mustafa. When a thing is unlawful, they should have opposed it, but they did not oppose it. They did not oppose it, but they approved it. And they told that when a thing is rewarded for, that is not only permissible, but that is advisable. For instance, when the tradition of Abu Jahl was reported by Imam Bukhari Rahmatullah in Kitab al-Nikah, when he was dreamt of by Hazrat Abbas radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, the uncle of the Holy Prophet, and he asked him what is going with him in the purgatory. Barzakh is called purgatory. This is not a street language, but this is a religious language. Purgatory means barzakh. What is going with him in the purgatory? He said, my position is very, very critical. I cannot tell. He said, you should say something at least. He said, the day when Nabi Kareem ﷺ was born, a maid slave came to me and she gave me the glad tidings about the birth of Muhammad Mustafa ﷺ, and I emancipated her by indicating that this finger. And I said, you are independent, you are free. Just desire for the English is not enough. One has to know. This is called law of impugnment and justification, which says that a tradition reported by a non-Muslim should not be accepted. Why? Hazrat Abbas, when he was not Muslim in those days, when he was dreamt of by Hazrat Abbas, and the person about whom this report was made was also non-Muslim, and this is a matter of dream, not in the awake position. Why Imam Bukhari Rahmatullah Ta'ala entered this tradition in Bukhari Sharif? This is a question. Understand? One will have to know. Khatib Baghdadi, Al-Kafaya fi Ilm al-Rawaya, he says that when a tradition goes in favor of Muhammad Mustafa ﷺ, in dignity, in grandeur, in splendor, in majesty, in magnificence of Muhammad Mustafa ﷺ, even if a non-Muslim reports, that is acceptable. But if any tradition reported by a Maulana but goes against the dignity of Muhammad Mustafa ﷺ, he should be cursed. Because is it possible for a tradition to criticize Muhammad Mustafa ﷺ? Here Imam Fakhruddin Razi Rahmatullah says, a reporter submits a report about the 3 lies of a prophet, Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam. Imam Bukhari Rahmatullah says, this reporter is liar. Because it is easier for me to accuse a reporter as a liar, but it is not easy for me to accuse a prophet as a liar. Understand? Here Imam Baghdadi, Khatib Baghdadi, Al-Kafaya fi Ilm al-Rawaya, this very reliable book of law of impugnment justification, he says that when a report was submitted by an infidel, an authenticated type of infidel, but it goes in favor of, in support of, in the dignity of, in the magnificence of Muhammad Mustafa, it is acceptable. Here, this is called Tahqiq. Tahqiq means to refer to the book where from a reference was taken. But Tahqiq means to check the authenticity of argument or reasoning in the light of the Islamic normative sciences. Here, Imam Ibn Sirin says that this barzakh is alim-e-haq. Even the non-Muslim cannot tell a lie, cannot lie. Even if Abu Lahab was authenticated infidel, but his report cannot be rejected. Because that word is alim-e-haq, where one cannot lie. It means that this is authenticated. But the main question, really I would like to address the Maulana people. Is there any principle which says that in the case of infidelity any virtue is acceptable? No. Any virtue can be accepted? No. When a person is non-Muslim? No. Not. So why the virtue of Abu Lahab was accepted by Allah? Not accepted by Allah, but he was rewarded. And he was relieved for 1 week, and every week he gets the stuff from that very finger which he lifted for Muhammad Mustafa alayhi salatu wasalam. Wa milad Mustafa. I appreciate the birth of the Holy Prophet when it was enable a non-Muslim to get the benefit from the virtue. A non-Muslim is not deserving person to be rewarded for any virtue. But the birthday, the celebration of birthday of Muhammad Mustafa, so big, so dignified virtue that even the infidel whose virtue is not acceptable, he can be accepted and he can be rewarded and his virtue can be accepted because this is birth of Muhammad Mustafa. What more reasoning for legality of this celebration when a non-Muslim, if a non-Muslim gives a charity, is not acceptable. If a non-Muslim goes to jihad, holy war, is not acceptable. If he brings up the orphans, this virtue is not acceptable. But what a beautiful virtue of celebration of birthday of Muhammad Mustafa. Even if he was an infidel, but his practice was not rejected by Allah Rabbul Izzat. And it was mentioned in Bukhari Sharif. So, this is not right that the birthday of Muhammad Mustafa was not celebrated, but it was celebrated by the companions as well. The first person who mentioned the celebration of birthday, وَأَقْسَمَ مِنْكَ لَمْ تَلَقَتُّ عَيْنِي وَأَجْمَلَ مِنْكَ لَمْ تَلِي بِالنِّسَاءِ. Means, oh my holy prophet, وَأَقْسَمَ مِنْكَ لَمْ تَلَقَتُّ عَيْنِي. My eye never saw a person like you, because no one was born like you. Here birth was mentioned. Why? He says that when that Jew fell down unconsciously, I was present there. Since this person was at the time of falling down of Jew unconsciously, so since it was observed and experienced by Hazrat Hassan ibn Sabit by himself, therefore he says, أَقْسَنَ مِنْكَ لَمْ تَرَقَتُّ عَيْنِي وَأَجْمَلَ مِنْكَ لَمْ تَلِدِ النِّسَاءُ. So this is also a type of celebration. When the Muslims had no house, no room, no barracks, no armament and no ration, nothing at all. In those days it was very difficult for the Muslim to live only. So in those days you are requiring that why they did not celebrate such a day just like you are celebrating, because you have got enough sources, enough circumstances. You can celebrate, but as much as they could, they did. If there is any other question, you can put a question. Allahu Akbar. Ya Rasulullah.